Greetings. I'd like to speak to my Wing Chun brothers and sisters, especially those who've done, who are in the advanced level, 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40 years of Wing Chun. Okay, the question is, when's the last time you felt a change? Have you been doing your Wing Chun the same for the last 10, 20 years? Have you researched more to see how to improve your Wing Chun? And do you really know Wing Chun, especially Siu Nim Tao? Because that is the foundation. It contains all information, the building blocks that you need before you can build on top. It's got all the tools, the weapons of Wing Chun, the horse. So are you doing it correctly? Because that's very important. Okay, so a weapon, for example, whether it be a sword or a gun, bow and arrow. So if you're an expertise on that, you have to know how this tool should be. So if you went to buy a gun or a sword, you have to look for certain properties of these weapons. If the sword is straight, line straight, okay. If it's got chips, if it's a strong metal, okay. When the gun, same, the action and so on. The bow and arrow, same, crossbow. If you're in that field, you should know what to look for, what it should be, because that's your weapon. And if you have a good weapon, the chances of you using it properly and making it effective is high. But if you have a poor weapon, then of course, you're at certain disadvantage. Okay, so we've got, say, a Wing Chun horse, the Yi Ji Kim Yung Ma. Should it be like this? Wider like this? Should you be standing like this? Or standing like this? Should you be standing like this? Or standing like this? Should your feet be flat? Or should your toes be curled? These are things you have to analyze. How do you know if it's right or wrong? Base it on science. A horse, look at a real horse. Does the horse stand with the legs outside of the body? Are the legs at an angle going outward of the torso? Okay. Does it run with the legs on the outside? So that should tell you how wide your leg should be. All right. So as far as my research is concerned, this is wrong. Your legs are out of your body. Okay, you can't move so fast. And you don't support the body, upper body well. So same thing, a tan shell. Should it look like this? Should it look like this? Should it look like this? Okay, how should it move? Should it move like this, like this, like this, like this? You have to determine these things. First, you have to know how this weapon should be shaped. And then you have to know how to use it properly. Okay, so your Fuk Sao, should it be like this, like this? When it moves, does it go like this? Or does it go like this? All right? Or a Bong Sao, should it go like this? Should it go like this? Should it go like this? How you are doing it? That's the question. How you are doing it, and how should it be shaped? Should it be shaped like this, like this, like this, like this? Okay? Like this. All right? You have to understand that. Same thing with the gang sao. Should it go down like this? Okay, like this. Okay, all these things, these are your weapons. Okay, your hand shapes are the shape of your weapon, your tools, your sword or gun, whatever it is. Okay, you have to know these things. If you don't know, then you really haven't understood Wing Chun. Watch yourself, see how you're doing it. So, my online course will explain all that. Will tell you what's the correct way and why. Why is it correct? You know, what should be the correct shape and what should be the way it should be used, the direction, how should you know, it travel. No different from how you hold a gun or bow and arrow or sword. All these things have to be determined. Punch. Should you punch like this? Like this? Like this? Like this? You got to figure that out. In fact, pretty well, all the stuff that I showed you are the wrong ways. Okay? That's not how I do it. So, you got to examine these things. Don't be afraid to research. Don't think that you know it all already. Okay? Look into it. Okay? That's what my online course is for. To open up your mind. I've already written a book, and this is a follow-up. I am writing an instructional book, but that takes much longer. So I have done this online course. So if you want to find out what's the correct way of doing these things, then sign up. Sign up. Okay? The investment is very small. But your benefit is so much bigger, huge. If you don't like it, you think I'm BSing, stop the subscription after a month. Okay? 2 months, whatever. Look into it. Okay? I'm here to help. Okay? I've done a lot of research on this stuff, and now it's open to you to save you time from all the research. Look into it. Have a good Easter. Ciao.